What if someone told you that a single spice, smaller than your thumbnail, could reawaken the strength, confidence, and vitality you once felt as a man? Would you believe it? A spice that's not a drug, no prescription needed, no doctor's visit involved, not a modern gadget or a pricey little blue pill you've heard about, just something simple, something you may have passed by hundreds of times in your kitchen without even noticing. Its name is Clove, and it's now being recognized as a secret key for helping men over 60 regain their erections, their energy, and, most importantly, their belief in themselves, all in just 60 seconds. Sounds hard to believe? It was Dr. William, a men's health expert with over 30 years of experience treating thousands of patients across the United States, who shared this story. He doesn't speak from textbooks or advertisements. He speaks from real conversations, sitting across from real men, their eyes tired, their voices fading, asking for one simple thing: I just want to feel like myself again. Because the truth is, after turning 60, so much changes inside a man's body, quietly, slowly, but heavily. They no longer feel the same. Energy fades, intimacy becomes distant, and the most painful part isn't the gray hair or the aching back. It's when the body stops responding like it used to. When they no longer feel like a whole man. That's why Dr. William began his journey of exploring natural methods, not to replace medicine, but to return power and agency to the men who had quietly started believing their time was up. And on that path, he discovered something unexpected. Eugenol, a powerful compound found in cloves, has the ability to dilate blood vessels, stimulate circulation, and reignite the connection between mind and body in mere moments. So he started testing, not with machines, but with a simple invitation. Try slowly chewing a whole clove for 60 seconds. The result? Some men cried. Not because they believed in magic, but because for the first time in years, they felt something return, a warm flow of blood, a renewed inner strength, and a flicker of confidence they thought had disappeared forever. You don't have to be 20 again. You don't have to be a superhero. You just need to return to yourself. A man who still has vitality, who still can love, connect, and live fully. And it all starts with a single clove. Eugenol, the mysterious compound inside a clove and its quiet power. Inside every small clove lies a powerful compound, so potent that when activated properly, it can transform how your body circulates blood, responds to stimulation, and even helps you rediscover the aliveness within you after years of fatigue. That compound is called Eugenol. You may have never heard of it before, but if you're a man who feels like you're no longer who you used to be, then Eugenol is exactly what you need to know about, starting today. Eugenol is a natural substance found most abundantly in cloves, a spice our ancestors didn't just use in cooking, but also to boost vitality, health, and sexual performance. And now modern science is finally catching up with ancient wisdom, confirming that Eugenol has incredible blood vessel relaxing effects, especially in men over 60. When you chew a clove, the essential oils inside release Eugenol. Rather than needing a long digestion process, this compound is absorbed almost instantly through the membranes in your mouth, entering your bloodstream within minutes. And once it's there, inside a circulatory system that may have grown weak and sluggish with age, Eugenol begins its quiet magic. It relaxes narrowed blood vessels, softens hardened capillaries, and restores blood flow to the most vital areas of the male body. In other words, Eugenol isn't a drug, but it works in ways many drugs wish they could, by naturally increasing nitric oxide in your bloodstream. Nitric oxide is the key biological compound that triggers erections in men. Most ED medications today merely try to mimic its effects, when in fact your body can produce it on its own, if given the right support. And the best part? No side effects. No headaches, no anxiety, no sudden drops in blood pressure. It doesn't force your body to perform, it simply reminds your body how to do what it once did, naturally. Eugenol is like an old friend, patient and quiet, just waiting for you to give it a chance to help you take care of yourself again. And for men who've lived long enough to understand that true strength doesn't come from muscles or noise, but from warm blood and quiet confidence, Eugenol may just be the silent key, one that unlocks a door you thought had been closed forever. When silent stress breaks your inner strength, and how Clove helps you reclaim freedom from within. Have you ever felt like you're no longer the man you used to be, even though you still eat well, take your morning walks, and try to live a healthy life? Have you ever been confused by how your body no longer responds the way it used to, despite not being ill or visibly injured? If you have, you're not alone. There is an invisible culprit that almost every man over 60 faces, but few are able to recognize or name it correctly. Chronic stress. You may not scream, you may not lash out, you may not fall apart, but inside, your body is quietly bracing itself every single day, coping with silent worries, finances, health, aging, children, and unnamed fears about the future. That constant bracing causes your body to produce a hormone called cortisol, which is useful in moments of danger, but dangerous when elevated long-term. And here's what many men don't realize. Cortisol and testosterone cannot thrive together at high levels. When cortisol goes up, testosterone, the hormone behind your strength, desire, energy, and confidence, drops significantly. It's not that you're no longer a man. It's that your body has gone into survival mode, conserving energy instead of spending it on pleasure, intimacy, or connection. But here's the good news. Clove can help reverse this, not by forcing testosterone to rise, but by helping cortisol naturally come down. Inside every clove is a valuable compound called beta-caryophyllene, a natural agent that binds to specific receptors in your brain, sending the message, "You're safe now. You can relax." It's not a sleeping pill. It's not a sedative. It's a biological signal delivered gently through the clove's aroma, its mild spiciness, and essential oils that enter your bloodstream just minutes after chewing. And when cortisol lowers, testosterone finally has space to return, naturally, gradually, and sustainably. Many men have shared that just a few days of consistently using Clove helped them not only sleep better, but also feel lighter emotionally. Negative thoughts began to fade. They smiled more. They felt freer. And something remarkable happened. They began to feel more like a man again, without forcing anything. That's the quiet magic of a body no longer restrained by cortisol. A body that is calm at its core. A man who has been given back to himself from within. And it all begins with a single clove. Sleep. The quiet doorway back to male vitality, and the surprising role of a tiny clove. If there's one thing I wish I could convey to every man over 60, it's this. Sleep is not just rest. It's the foundation for reclaiming your strength as a man. It sounds simple, but take a moment to reflect. When was the last time you had a truly deep night's sleep? No tossing, no waking up at 2 or 3 a.m., no staring at the ceiling in silence. For many older men, quality sleep feels like a luxury. They may go to bed early, but wake up feeling foggy and heavy. Worse still, they no longer experience morning erections, a natural sign that testosterone is still flowing strong. And the truth is this: if your sleep is broken, your hormones are too. That's because the majority of testosterone production, the very hormone that fuels male energy, desire, strength, and connection, happens during deep sleep, especially the REM phase. The less time you spend in that phase, the less chance your body has to recover. This is where clove enters, not just as a spice, but as a quiet ally for your nervous and hormonal systems. When you chew a few cloves at night, especially 30 to 60 minutes before bed, compounds like eugenol and beta-caryophyllene begin to work. They calm the nervous system, helping the brain send a relax signal to your entire body. They lower cortisol, the stress hormone that is the #1 enemy of deep, restful sleep. And they support your natural circadian rhythm, guiding your body back into a healthier, more stable sleep cycle each night. The result? You sleep deeper. You wake up less often. And most importantly, your body finally gets the uninterrupted time it needs to naturally produce testosterone. No pills, no interference. Many men who tried this simple method for just a week shared powerful changes. I started dreaming again. I woke up feeling refreshed. And most surprising of all, the morning erections returned for the first time in years. There's no magic here, just this truth. When you give your body the true rest it needs, it will give back what was always yours: energy, confidence, and a strong, grounded sense of self as a man. And it all begins with one small act: chewing a single clove before bedtime. What few people talk about: the deep connection between oral health and a man's strength. When a man turns 60, many things begin to change: his physical stamina, his sleep, even his ability to respond to intimacy. But there's one piece of the puzzle that's often overlooked, yet plays a critical role in male sexual health: oral health. Sounds hard to believe? Sexual performance and gums? But hear me out. Many men come to me and say the same thing. They feel weaker, their erections aren't what they used to be, and their desire has faded. They've done blood work, checked their heart and blood pressure. Everything looks normal. And yet the problem remains unsolved. That's when I ask a simple question. How are your gums? Silence. Then a few seemingly unrelated answers. Sometimes they bleed when I brush. My breath smells, even though I rinse with salt water. My gums are receding. My teeth feel weaker. And yet those small signs are often the hidden root cause of poor blood flow, especially to the genital area. Why? Because your mouth is the gateway to your circulatory system. When your gums are inflamed, even if you barely notice, bacteria can enter your bloodstream. They travel throughout your body, creating low-grade vascular inflammation, especially in the tiny blood vessels that feed your sexual organs. It's like trying to pump water through a pipe filled with buildup. The flow can't move smoothly, forcefully, or in the right direction anymore. That's exactly what's happening inside your body when oral health is neglected. And this is where clove becomes a more powerful ally than many antiseptics. Clove oil, especially its core compound, eugenol, is one of the strongest natural antibacterial agents found in nature. When you chew whole cloves, these compounds go to work immediately inside your mouth. They kill the bacteria responsible for gum inflammation, reduce bad breath, and help protect teeth and gums. They prevent bacteria from entering the bloodstream, keeping your blood flow cleaner and healthier. And as a result, they indirectly improve erectile function because the blood vessels feeding your sexual system are no longer silently inflamed or blocked. With just a few cloves a day, you're not just caring for your mouth, you're protecting the very lifeblood of your masculinity. Remember, true strength doesn't come from muscles or age. It comes from healthy blood flow driven by small but intentional actions repeated each day. And sometimes, it all begins with something as simple as chewing a clove. The 60-second clove method, a simple ritual to reignite your vitality. Once you understand why clove can work wonders for male vitality, sleep, and confidence after 60, the next important step is this: doing it the right way. The good news is, this method is not complicated. You don't need machines, medications, or doctor's visits. All you need is 2 to 3 whole dried cloves and 60 seconds a day. Step 1. Choose the right clove. Look for whole cloves, not pre-ground powder. If possible, choose organic cloves. They retain more essential oil and are free from pesticide residue. Quality cloves usually have a strong aroma, are firm and dense, and you can test them by dropping them in water. If they sink, they still contain their oil. Step 2. Perform the 60-second ritual. Take 2 or 3 whole cloves and place them between your back molars, where your chewing strength is highest. Bite gently and slowly until the cloves crack open and release their oils. Don't swallow right away. Hold the broken clove pieces and oils in your mouth, letting them spread across the inner surfaces. Breathe slowly through your nose and stay relaxed. After the first 30 seconds, chew gently a few more times, just enough to keep the oils flowing. Keep the total time around 1 minute, then you can either swallow or spit out the remains. Either way is fine. You might feel a warm sensation spreading through your mouth, even down to your chest or stomach. That's eugenol and beta-caryophyllene entering your bloodstream, awakening circulation. Step 3. The golden hours to do it. This method can be used once or twice a day depending on your needs. The timing can greatly influence its effects. Evening before bed, most recommended, helps calm the nervous system and support deep sleep, boosting testosterone and male energy during recovery. Early morning on empty stomach kickstarts blood flow and gives your mind a focused, calm energy for the day ahead. Before exercise, enhances alertness, improves circulation, and supports better physical performance. Before intimacy, 30 to 45 minutes prior, improves blood flow, emotional presence, and connection in the moment. Final reminder, this is not a one-time trick. It's a daily ritual, like brushing your teeth or taking a walk. Consistency is the key to naturally and steadily rebuilding the foundation of male health. Start today with just 60 seconds, and you may begin to awaken something you thought time had taken from you. And the beautiful truth is, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. 7, 14, 30 days, a journey to reignite male vitality, starting with a single clove. We often hear, after 60, a man's body just goes downhill. But what few people tell you is this: if you care for it the right way, your body can still recover, quietly, steadily, and deeply. All it takes is a simple ritual, repeated each day, like chewing clove for 60 seconds, and you'll start to notice real changes. Not like the explosive effects of medication, but a gentle, natural return of what once was yours: deep sleep, mental clarity, and male confidence. Here's what you can expect if you stay consistent. Day 7. The body begins to wake up. After just 1 week, many men have told me they felt something different. They no longer woke up multiple times during the night. They slept deeper, and when they opened their eyes in the morning, their minds felt clearer, and their fatigue began to fade. Many described the feeling as, "It's like my body is coming back to life." Not unfamiliar, just a return, a familiar feeling they thought they had lost long ago. Day 14. Energy and desire begin to return. 2 weeks in, the changes become more noticeable. Many men say their energy levels rise, their mornings feel alert, and the lingering fog after waking is gone. They want to walk farther, feel more interested in household tasks, and start exercising again. But the most meaningful change? Morning erections start to return. Not because of pills, not from intense stimulation, but because blood is flowing again. Testosterone is recovering quietly, and the body is remembering how it once worked. Day 30. Confidence and connection are restored. After 1 month, many men describe changes not just in their bodies, but in how they feel about themselves. They walk more firmly, speak with a more confident tone, and, most importantly, connect more deeply with their partners. Even if intimacy hasn't fully returned, the warmth, the eye contact, the feeling of being together comes back. And to me, that's the greatest victory of all. Because when a man feels he still has value, still has strength, and can still love and be loved, then nothing is ever too late. Closing words. 1 month to change, and a future to live fully. All of these changes didn't come from magic. They came from one small, consistent action done every day. If you stay committed to that tiny clove through 7, 14, 30 days, you won't just feel different. You'll return to yourself. Final message: you don't need a miracle. You just need to begin. The fact that you've read this far means something inside you is still stirring. A little doubt. A flicker of hope, or maybe just a small question. Is it still possible for me to feel whole again? The answer is yes, and it doesn't come from luck, expensive medication, or high-tech devices. It comes from something much simpler, giving your body the chance to do what it was once designed to do. You see, your body isn't broken. It's just tired, and it's waiting to be awakened. And sometimes, just one small action repeated daily, like chewing a few cloves, is enough to begin an entirely new chapter. This isn't magic. This is your body's natural design reawakened properly. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to transform your whole life overnight. You just need to begin. Begin with 1 minute today. Begin by choosing to care for yourself. Begin with one small act, done with intention, to awaken the quiet strength that has always lived inside you. And who knows, just a few cloves tonight might be all it takes for you to feel something return, something you thought was lost, the strong, capable man you have always been.